You got questions, we've got answers. Just ask Kenan.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's time for another episode of Ask Kamp Kenan. Today we're going to do something different. Today I'm going to answer two questions in this episode. The first question we're going to tackle is from Heather Burke. We know Heather, she's one of our Patreon supporters, and we appreciate her content and giving us content to talk about. And she asks, what is the most important thing to do to get a baby tortoise through the fragile hatchling stage, or the most important things to do? And that's from Heather Burke. So let's go look at some baby tortoises right now, right outside, and then we're going to come back in and answer another question. So baby tortoises. A lot of people think they're fragile. That's not necessarily the case. I kind of think it's more along the lines of doing your homework and making sure that you've picked a hardy baby that has bright, clear eyes, that is moving around, that is eating, and that you've purchased from a reputable breeder. Now, right now, I've broken a cardinal sin. I've got some elongateds in right now with my sulcatas. I have a couple sulcatas left. So here's one hanging out right now. But let's have a look at this elongated right here. And you can see this guy has nice, bright, clear eyes, beautiful shell. The shell's nice and firm. So that's number one. Number two is you want to make sure they have the proper habitat for the species that you are actually keeping, right? You want to make sure, since this is elongated tortoise, you want to make sure there's a humid hide, that I spray this down every day. We have fresh water in there for them right there, feeding them their weeds, different fruits. The tortoise chow, Missouri tortoise chow, is working well for them, and they're putting on weight and growing. So it's giving these animals a consistent schedule. Very, very important. Make sure that you're feeding them on a schedule. This way they feel comfortable, feel secure, much like a human child. You got to keep things consistent. That helps them. So I like to feed them once every other day is a good schedule, or you could feed them a little bit every day, but try and keep the schedule you have. And also, you want to maintain consistency with their diet. Make sure that they are getting proper nutrients, calcium twice a week, soaking them 2 to 3 times a week in lukewarm water, just to make sure that they are getting hydrated, even if there is water, as there is down here in the enclosure. I still take them out and I soak them. This is good husbandry practices. As they put on weight, once they're about a year old, they have kind of crossed that threshold of being, as you would say, delicate. So that's what I would do for those guys. Like I said, diet is so important with these animals. If you're not feeding them the right diet, they're just not going to grow healthy, and things are going to get bad for the little guy over time. The sad thing is it takes so long for tortoises to get sick and die. So it's something that you want to keep an eye on. I also have in here a beautiful little RedFoot that I found walking around the adult's enclosure. Isn't that amazing? Let's flip this so we have better light for you. So here he is. He was walking around the adult's enclosure, and this guy here, very similar in care to the elongated tortoise. Higher humidity, they can eat a wider range of vegetables and fruits, as opposed to the sulcata, which is a drier species. Okay, but this is just, imagine how exciting it is to be walking through the adult RedFoot enclosure, and you wind up seeing this. You see a little baby that is hatched in the ground and is now just living amongst the adults, eating the food, walking about. Now, obviously, I had to bring him in because I do sell the babies, and I don't want the babies to get eaten. It's easy for a crow or other bird or raccoon to kind of grab this little dude and make off with him. And that would have been a complete bummer to have hatched in the ground only to get eaten up. And there he is. So this is a little baby RedFoot. They're $125 plus shipping. If you guys are interested in buying a tortoise off me, email me at kampkenan@gmail.com for a current price list and instructions on how to order. And you can get your own Kamp Kenan animal. We try and raise them up the right way in the outdoors with natural sunlight, natural foods, and they are definitely spoiled little baby tortoises. So there he is, little baby RedFoot tortoise. So that, I hope, answers your question. It's consistency, diet, making sure that you're on hand to be a good tortoise mom, making sure they have a good habitat to live in, it's safe, they can't flip over and bake underneath the hot lamps, that you have UVB, that you have the calcium, that you're soaking them. That's just a recap. Make sure you follow through with the care that those animals need. Very important. The next question, as I go back in, I cheat. I have to look and see who actually said it. I think we can get 2 questions a week. Why not? So the next question comes from Braxton Grom. Braxton Grom is asking me if I ever get eggs from Lola and Guapo. And I do, or I have. I didn't get any this year, but I do get eggs from my lizards. And right now, why don't I just show you, if you didn't catch this past week's live stream, which is always fun to do, guys. Don't forget I go live every Thursday. But if you didn't catch the live stream, why don't I show you what we had. Here is a nice egg container. We're gonna shut this, all right? And I'm gonna show you what's going on inside with the remainder of these eggs. This is a little baby rhino starting to hatch. How amazing is that? Oh, I don't like that non-focus. We gotta focus on the little dude. That's better. Okay, so here he is. Oh my goodness, is that amazing? And he's just now getting on out, and he is going to be a beautiful Rhinoceros Iguana. So Lola and Guapo will have babies. I've hatched out baby Cubans before, but I didn't get any eggs from them this year, which is such a bummer because they are really an amazing pair of lizards. But here is, oh my God, I love this. A little tiny baby coming right out of an egg. Is that incredible? And that's how all cycluras hatch out. The iguanas and all lizards have a very leathery shelled egg. So there is one coming out. We have a baby in here who's yet to hatch out. So hopefully this guy will hatch. I feel him in there. So when he's ready or she's ready, they're gonna hatch right out. So let's put this guy back in the incubator. I'll show you some of the babies. And then we'll wind up finishing with Lola and Guapo. But, you know, cyclura, the rhinos will breed in the spring and they lay their eggs late June and early July. And the Cubans do everything about a month earlier. So we're walking outside. I'm going to show you the babies that I have in the nursery. These babies are for sale. They're $500 plus shipping. Go to Kamp Kenan. Email me at kampkenan@gmail.com and put in the heading or in the subject, baby rhino iguanas for sale. Let's have a look. We're going to be careful. And here's some just hanging out right on the side. They're all jumping all over. They're getting the sunlight. You can see they have natural sunlight and fat bellies from their yolks that are being absorbed. So very, very cool. And there are 12 in here now. 4 have been sold currently, but there are more to come. So I think you guys will dig that. Very cool. Hope you like it. Now let's go say hello to Guapo and Lola, since that's what the original question was for. Mr. Grom, we're going to go say hello to Guapo and Lola. They have been getting along as well as they normally have in the past, which is why I think they haven't bred. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting an extra female and an extra male and swapping them out. All right, getting them a chance to meet someone new, because maybe after this many years together, the thrill is gone, which would be a bummer. So you know where I'm going, right, people? Let's go into the cage. It's the lizard cage. I don't see, oh, look at Slinky, by the way. There's Slinky just hiding out in some, in the leaves that I've put in here. That's pretty cool. Okay, enjoy, Slinks. Don't mean to disturb ya. All right, let's see. Oh, here are the two. Here's Frickin' Frack, everybody. These guys are looking for some food. Hey, and you see what I mean? She's just been a jerk lately, and I don't like that. Come on, stop being a jerk. But this is what they normally do. They'll just have open mouth, like pushing matches, and he doesn't seem to care. He's not even really worried. So there's Guapo, here's Lola, but I figure if I go ahead, come here, Lola, stop being mean, will you? Stop being, oh, whoa, she's not in the mood. She's just ornery. I think her Abdullah Oblongala oblongata is messed up. But that's my girl. So there she is. Lola did not produce any eggs this year. And I think it's because Guapo and her have not been getting along like they normally are. And that's kind of a bummer. But it's okay too. Because it's not just about making babies for me. I just enjoy keeping these animals happy. So hopefully we'll get another female for him and another male for her. And I hope they all get along. So there you have it, everybody. And Ask Kamp Kenan. We got 2 questions down today. We had a little bit of an adventure. We saw some rhino eggs. We learned a little bit about tortoises. Pretty good episode if you ask me. Hope you'll use it for your references. I'm Kenan. We'll see you again real soon. Don't forget, go to patreon.com if you like what you see. Patreon.com/Kamp Kenan. And if you become a patron supporter, we'll give you a coupon or a promo code to get a discount on one of our trucker caps or t-shirts. All right, guys, thanks so much. I leave you with the lovely Lola.